Should you go to college or get a job? Last night, a young man messaged me on Instagram and asked me about getting a trade, going to college, getting a trade, getting a job. You should 100% get a job. You should 100% go out and get a job. That's a fact, Jack. Which side I want to go? There we go. You guys see that? See that gap right there? See the light coming through at the top next to the axe blade? Push your puck in. Close it in like that. That's all you got to do. That's how you sharpen an axe. You don't want to go against it. You don't want to be straight. You don't want to be digging off down in here. You want to lean it in to the edge. I just want to sharpen that edge. I want to find that edge up, make that sharp. The weather's starting to break. It's 15 degrees outside right now. Everything is snow and ice outside right now here in Tennessee. So that's why I can't wait though, man. Next week it's supposed to be in the 50s and 60s. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for next week for it to come and be in the 50s and freaking 60s. Let's see here. There's a gap. I lean it in. I lean the puck in. Knives work the same way. Micro, macro, guys. We talk about it on this channel. Micro, macro. But to stay on topic, to answer that young man's question, to answer his question, you should go get a job, because unless you plan on going to college, for to be an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, something, honestly, here, listen to me. If you don't plan on going to college for roughly 7 years, there's no point in going to college anymore. So whatever you're trying to go, unless you have a specific goal in mind, like you say, hey, I know I want to be a writer, and you go to college to study English literature or something like that and learn how to write. I get it, but you better not stray from that path because college is too expensive. But just to go to college and say you got a bachelor's of history, just to go to college and say that you studied, art, or that you got a bachelor's of business. A bachelor's of business is not even worth it, guys. I went to school for that and it was garbage. It's not even worth it. Does it give you a foundation? Sure. But you could have found that same foundation at Books A Million for way less. I don't even know the percentage, man. College, I mean, it's ridiculous. A college textbook costs you $300. You can go to Books A Million and find the same information for $30. College is a complete scam. It's a ripoff. But then society makes you feel like you have to go, that you have to have it. And no, you do not. Entrepreneurship is the way to go these days. Learn to be an entrepreneur. That is the way to go. So if you're going to go to college for business, then you better be ready to start your own business. If you're going to go to college for art, then you better be ready to start your own art business. You better be ready to be a painter. That's what you better be ready. If you're going to college anymore, you need to be ready to be an entrepreneur. If you go to college for a specific thing, do not go to college with the intent of working for somebody else. But with that being said, if you go to college to get involved in the trades, don't, because they're going to start you at the bottom. So if you choose to go to college for, say, plumbing, or to be an electrician or a mechanic, there's no point. Because once you get into the workforce, they're going to start you at the bottom. If you want to get on with instead of going to college, go straight to the electrical union. Go straight to the plumbers union, the carpentry union. Go straight to the carpenters union and get a job with them. If you go to college, if you go to vocational school to be a carpenter, they are going to start you at the bottom. You're going to go apply for the carpenters union after college, and they're going to say, oh, we don't, basically, literally, I swear to you, they're going to say, we don't care. You still have to take our training, and they're going to send you off to be trained by their carpentry teachers for the next 3 to 6 months, or however long it is, 8 months. You're going to have to go that, because they're going to start you at the very bottom. So you wasted. I talked to you guys on the channel about going into the negative just to get back to zero and go positive. It's like integers. Think of your life like integers. Am I backtracking? You're backtracking to go to college. You don't need to go to college. You don't need to go get a trade. You need to go to work. You're already at zero right here. Why am I going into the negative, which is 2 years of my life gone to go into college when I could have just stayed at zero and went to work? If you want to be a mechanic, then you just need to go somewhere that changes oil and tires and start there, because that's what they're going to do. Even if you went to college for 2 years as a mechanic, yes, it might give you a little pull in the maintenance bay. But all in all, if you went to college for 2 years to be a mechanic, they're going to start you at the very bottom when you get to your first, I wanted to say duty station, duty assignment. But when you get to your first maintenance shop, they're going to look at you and say, okay, well, we need somebody to change oil and tires, because they need to see what you're about. So you're going to go change oil and tires for 6 months. There's no point in going to college anymore, guys, unless you're going all the way. If you're not trying to go be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, something like that, or you have a specific niche that you know that's what you want to do with your life, there's no point in going to college. College anymore, I would say, is only for entrepreneurs. If you want to go to college and study business and get a business degree, then you better be ready to start a business. But to go to college, get a business degree, and then come out and say that you are going to work for somebody else, that's a waste of time. Because they're only going to pay you $40,000 or $50,000 a year. You're not going to start out making the kind of money you want to make. You better off going and starting your own business if you go to college. Entrepreneurship is the biggest flex you can make, but it's not for everybody. Entrepreneurship is very hard. It's very uneasy. It's very nerve-wracking and unsettling, because you don't know if you're going to make it. You don't know if you're going to get paid. You don't know. And that's that's a conversation for another day, I guess. But entrepreneurship is not for everybody. So I don't recommend that everybody go trying to be an entrepreneur. I don't recommend that everybody go down that road trying to be an entrepreneur. But I damn sure can't recommend that everybody goes out and spends 60 and 80 and 90,000 or more dollars trying to go to college and get a degree, because once you get that degree and you come back out into the workforce, they're going to start you at the bottom. You don't know how many people that worked under me that had higher levels of education than I did, and they were under me because they had no work history. Your work history is your credit. That's your job credit right there. Your work history is like, okay, he did this, this, and this. Verifiable work history is what you want to build money if you're going to stay in the W-2 employment. If you're going to stay in corporate America, then you need to build a resume. You don't need to go to college to do that. I can't recommend college, guys. I can't. I don't recommend my son go to college. I just can't. It's too expensive. It's too expensive. It's going to throw you deep in the debt hole. You're going to be so far down into the negative, and most jobs are just going to or you go to college, you're still going to get out making $20, $25 an hour. That's all most jobs are paying these days. You don't need college to make $20 an hour, guys. I can't recommend it. So you really just need to go to work. For all you young people out there, you really just need to go to work. And that's it. That's all you got to do, guys, is sharpen a knife to keep the edge good and clean. This bad boy, we're ready to rock and roll. Take a finger off. You really just need to go to work, guys. You don't need to go to college, because they're going to start you at the bottom. You're going to waste 2 to 4 years of your life. You're going to end up getting yourself in roughly $80,000 worth of debt. And then the company is going to start you at the bottom. Look at all the mass layoffs going on right now. You guys don't need that. You just need to take a job. You need to take any job and start stacking cash, putting yourself in a proper position to be able to shift and pivot whenever life throws you lemons or life gives you an opportunity. You need to get any job and start stacking cash to put yourself in a proper position. I hope that helps. I hope all that makes sense. If you got any more questions, leave them in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. Feel free to always book me for a one-on-one or just anything. Reach out, use the website, rcetson.com. All right, man, you guys have a good one.